And we're on. Let's see what we have here. We got to make sure we're on. Everything's on. Hello, hello, hello. Looks like we're on. I am so excited about today's episode. And we are... Hello. We're live, guys. This is a live sales podcast. I do this live. I make myself available to you for any questions while I'm discussing my process. And I'm just so excited to go through my sales process today. I'm going to do it kind of briefly because I need to get back to my sales process and get some more clients in here. I know the lighting's really bad. I'm working on all those things. I'm going to get a nice little lamp here. I'm usually in my office. I got family in town, so I'm in the bedroom doing everything right now. But let me just go through this real quick with you guys. So if you're selling a service, here's my 5-step process. And I sell commercial. My day job is commercial, I guess you could say real estate services or commercial maintenance services, anything from tree work to erosion control, landscaping, lawn maintenance, all that good stuff. I think it's kind of an untapped market. Doing things that people don't want to do. There's definitely some money there, so it's something to think about when you're figuring out what you want to sell and who you want to sell to. But step 1, so here's what we're going to jump right into it. Prospecting or outreach. And you know, when you're prospecting, it's a lot better to have a warm lead or a warm call rather than a cold call. And let me explain what that means. Is you can call on these companies directly, and they don't know who you are. They've never heard of you. So you might want to mention something like that when you first get on the call with them. But having something to give them, some kind of value, some leverage. So if I'm calling on a property management company, I want to find out who the regional is. Maybe I'll poke around LinkedIn, or I'll do some research on Facebook. I'll get a name, and I will call the company and ask for that person very confidently, like I already know them. And they'll either ask me who is this, or they'll put me through. And if they put me through, my message might sound something like, "Hey, you don't know me yet. Just thought I'd give you a call and make you aware of who we are and what we can do to help you. And here's what we provide. If you're interested, if it makes sense for us to talk, here's a number. Leave your number. Mention your name, the company name at the very end, because if you do that in the beginning, they don't care. You just sound like another salesperson. But if they're intrigued with your message and they've listened that far, then they might want to know who you are. And then at that point, leave your phone number. Leave it twice. Always leave it twice, and that's the last thing you're going to say. You're not going to say goodbye, have a good day. You're just going to say your name and then the phone number and then hang up. Make sure you mention the number twice. So now, if they get back to you and they're interested in the bid, you take it to the next step, and that would be providing that proposal. It may look different for everyone. We use a program called FreshBooks. It's an accounting program that I think works really well. Some people use QuickBooks. I'm pretty sure they're competing with each other, but they're both pretty great. And use whatever's comfortable for you. You can people still use fax for some reason. I know there's a group of people that still use fax, which is wild to me. But at that point, you're going to provide them the bid, and you're going to say something like, "Attached to this email is our proposal," or "I have sent the proposal via this site." Always let them know every step along the way. So that's your step 2. Make them aware that they have the bid. Then you're going to wait around 2 to 3 days, or whatever you feel is right. You kind of just have that sixth sense of knowing when it's time to when it's time to do the follow-up. And as they say, everybody, fortune is in the follow-up. Follow-up is so important. Okay, it's so key to selling more and just being available to your client. Don't call your client and say, "Hey, I'm following up. Hey, I'm just checking in." You sound like another salesperson. Everybody knows that. Give them some value. Tell them, "Hey, did you receive our proposal okay? In the event we're approved, here's what it looks like. We can complete the work on this date. Here's how many people we think it'll take. Here's how many days." Give them some information on your process. Make yourself available for any other questions or concerns that might be outstanding, and leave it at that. So at that point, the ball is totally in their court, and it's up for them to decide what they want to do, where they want to go with this. And you're going to do one more follow-up, okay? And if you're doing too many follow-ups, it's obvious to them what's going on here. But here's a message I use, and it really helps. It really helps get the attention of the client, the person you're sending the proposal to, and it's showing them that sense of detachment. And because if you're always following up, they're going to feel that desperation, and they're not going to want to do business with you. So I think step 4 is going to be the final goodbye, is what I say. And it might sound something like, at this juncture, it seems that you've either gone in a different direction, or you've paused this project. You've put a pause on this project. If anything changes, I'm here to help. We're still available. And usually I get a lot of response from that. Either they say, yes, we've gone with another client. At that point, you might want to ask them why. Okay, that's kind of part of that final goodbye. What was the decision behind that? And track all that. So you can see, you want to know what your closing rate is. Keep numbers on all that stuff. Keep tabs on all that stuff. It's going to show you a lot of information. Maybe your price is the problem. Maybe you weren't communicative enough. Maybe you were too needy. You were too, as they say, you had a mindset of scarcity. And I can't tell you enough how important that mindset is when you're going into these follow-up calls, when you're doing the prospecting. Mindset is everything. Come from a place of abundance. They can feel that over the phone. Everyone can sense that. So just detach yourself from the outcome and work this process. And Steph, that's my sister's name. Step 5. So step 5 is going to be repeat. And you're going to do the whole thing over again. Even if they bought from you in a couple of months or 3 months, I do it maybe once a quarter. I'll give them a shout and say, how are things with you? Because in the service industry, whether you're a painter, whether you're a painter or a candlestick maker or landscaping, whatever you do, there is a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of people calling them all the time, and they probably don't sound as good as you. But if you're not there and you're not present, then they're just going to go with the other people. I've learned in this industry, there are very few people who will be loyal to you. And when they are, take very good care of those people. Even give them cards during the holidays and make sure they know how much you appreciate them. Because I'm telling you right now, I work in this industry. I need to stop and take a breath. I'm just so excited because I'm really passionate about this process here. And I feel like I've really got it down to a science and an art. But yeah, reach back out to them, because in this industry, convenience is everything. And people, and I'm not sure about other like recording engineers, what they would do. I'm sure that, once you record a great record, things will go out and people will hear it and want to work with you, and you don't have to do so much lead generation. But and it goes that way with landscaping too. If you consistently do great jobs, word will get out. It just takes a lot longer. But yeah, people will go with the next company that calls them, and they're just there and the price is good. And so there's very little loyalty in this industry. You've got to really hustle. You've got to get those emails out every quarter. So repeat the process again. Keep prospecting. And if you have done business with them or you've provided them with a quote before, use that. Tell them, hey, look, it's been 3 months. This is kind of an exclusive email that I send out to clients that we've sent proposals to in the past, and or that we've worked with in the past, and we are here. Give them another service. Tell them, again, lead with value. Lead with value. Value is everything. So tell them, instead of just begging for a job, what it might sound like, when you ask them, do you have anything cooking or what? No, tell them, hey, for example, now it's February 14th, something I would say 16th. So I'll call them and say, hey, look, February 14th was the last recorded frost. Do some research. February 14th was the last recorded frost in Central Florida, and it's a time we reach out to companies for tree trimming, because it's a great time to trim your trees. And we're working with some clients right now. There's less sap flowing through the trees. There's less bugs. It's easier on the guys, and we really like this time to promote our tree work. And if there are any projects in the near future, we're available to you and we're ready to help. And I can expedite all the administrative stuff, and I'm definitely available to you and ready, eager to help. So I hope all that helped you. And if you need to read, that's a lot of information in a short period of time. So go back, re-listen to this podcast maybe twice, and you definitely might get a couple of gems out of this one. I'm giving you value. I lead this podcast with value. I want you guys to know that I'm here to help you guys. This is a free resource to you. And if you like something you've heard, if you want to, deep dive into some of these concepts with me, let's get on the phone. Let's talk. I do offer sales coaching. I have a program that I developed now. It's one program, it's one cost, and it's kind of a stay until you get paid program. So you're going to get your investment back. And I'm just so excited to work with you guys. I'm taking on a couple clients, and I have a waiting list for the webinar. So if you're interested in the webinar, that's kind of part of the package as well, but there is a waiting list for that. But you are going to get 2 calls a week. and I'm going to be holding you accountable to these steps and to this process. I'm going to be holding you accountable to it. And I'll be holding your hand along the way and following you every step along the way. So we'll make sure that you succeed. I want you to succeed. Together, we can win, guys. I'm so excited, and I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to get back to my prospecting, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, profitable day. It's Tuesday. It's a really good day to make cold calls. Tuesdays and Wednesdays for me is so good. Even Thursdays. It's just the middle of the week. People are ready to work. They're pumped up. Feel happy about what you do. Feel abundant. Bring that to the table. People will feel it. People will like it. People will love it. And they'll want to do business with you because they like you. And now they trust you and they want to do business with you. Have a great day. I hope some of this stuff helped. And we'll talk to you soon. Greg with Can